Right, so now let's have a look at placing for the legs. Right, again, I will go to side view. Okay, so let's create rigging. Let's have a check on primary axis Y. That's what we want, and we can start creating. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to not create the tie joint exactly at the tie, right? So you have to understand that anatomically, okay, you have to think of the ball joint of the thigh, right? So if you look at the human skeleton, right, the thigh is actually kind of connected to the pelvis joint somewhere around here. Okay, so that's where you want the thigh to rotate from, right? So it's also inside what I like to call the underwear or underpants structure here, right? So I can just put somewhere here, and I'm going to go to the knee. Okay, now you have to remember, even if the model is straight model, okay, you still need to have a slight bend on the knee. So maybe what you can do is you can just push it slightly forward here on the knee, and on the ankle just pull it slightly back. Okay, there you go. Right, so I have to really check whether you're doing it correctly. Right, so the next thing I like to do is I like to go to the front. Okay, I like to move it into position first. When I'm moving joint in position, I like to change to the wall axis. Move it into position. Let's turn on shadow joints. Okay, and right, that looks quite okay. Okay, sometimes what I'm trying to see is whether the knee and the ankle is centralized as well. Right, so now let's go back to our knee. Okay, one way to check is to kind of throw in, or what you can do is you can just control D for the moment just to pull it back, and from here I can kind of see, oh, that's a reverse slant in that sense, right? So what I can do is I can actually kind of select this knee joint. Okay, what I want is I want to kind of zero it out in the joint orient or the three axis, right? So that now I know it's kind of properly straight. All I need to do now is I just need to kind of bend it slightly to the back. Okay, we need to put a little bit of 0.2. Make sure you freeze rotation. So now if you look at the joint orient, okay, there's a 0.2 on the X. Okay, so with that, let's try first joint, last joint. Now you go with the pull, the key handle. Okay, your knee must be able to be pushed forward. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, so now this test is working. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my original joints here. Okay, so I need to make sure that the joint orient here is zero out first. Okay, now if you want to keep us, you want to kind of remove a step, okay, you don't have to rotate from here. You already know that you need a value of 0.2, right? So you can just straight away go to joint orient, put in that 0.2. So now you know there's a slight bend, even though with the naked eye we can't really see, right? It's look very straight. But now if we would try to put in the eye key handle, ta-da, okay, so we know it can be pushed forward, right? So I'm going to delete the eye key handle. Okay, so let's have a look at the front view, right? So you already place it here, right? So now we just need to copy for the other side as well, right? So what I like to do is I like to rename my joints. Okay, I'm going to just call this underscore THIGH tie underscore joint underscore. Okay, this can be called as knee and the last one underscore ankle underscore GNT. Okay, now why I'm putting just an underscore in front, so that I can just do this. So, or another way is to select all of this. You can go to modify, let's say prefix. You can do this as well. Let's prefix it with L. Okay, there you go. So now all I have the L in front. So this is for left. This is the left leg, right? So what I'll do is I'll just select the first joint, the tie joint, Control D. Now how to make sure that it moves symmetrically to the other side? Just put a negative value, okay, or negative sign at the translate X. Okay, that will be the opposite side, okay, based on the center line. And with this, okay, what we can do is we can select all of them, okay, modify, search and replace. Okay, search and replace names. I'm going to search for L underscore, and I'm going to replace with R underscore and apply. There you go. Now we change all the L underscore to the R underscore. And if you look at the tie joint here, there's a JNT1. I can manually change that, or if I want to prove a point here, I can also say JNT1, find it, and replace it with JNT. Okay, that will work as well. Boom, there you go. Right, nice and neat. Okay, so what can we do with these two joints, tie joints? We can then parent it onto our hip 2 joint. If you have a hip 2 joint, you can do that. Press P. Okay, so when the hip joint moves, you can see, okay, the leg will move as well. Right, if for example you are able to visualize with just one hip joint, okay, you can, okay, let's say you don't have this particular joint, delete. Right, you can straight away parent it to your hip joint as well, okay, if you can find it. Okay, that will work as well. Okay, not a problem. Right, so whether you have hip 2 or you don't have hip 2, it doesn't really matter, as long as when you rotate hip 1, okay, the leg will follow. Right, okay, so that's about placing for the legs. Now, so maybe I'll put you to the attention of the ankle. Okay, so this one thing I kind of overlook. The ankle now, oops, okay, for the joint is not in place. So what should we do? Okay, we'll select the tie joint first. I'm going to just unparent it so that we do not disturb the hip. Okay, so I'm going to just select both of the tie joint here. Now we can rotate it, okay, to a certain degree where the ankle is going to go into the middle. But then you realize, oh, my knee is slightly forward. Okay, that is fine. Okay, you can kind of move. Okay, remember when I'm moving joints or the root joint here, I like to use the wall axis to move this slightly back. Okay, not an issue. Right, so this is slightly forward is fine. Okay, this, okay, somewhere in the middle of the ankle. Okay, right, so what are the things that we do? Okay, we also rotate the tie joint a little bit or slightly. So now we have value. Always remember to freeze rotation. Okay, right, so now we are good to go. Okay, there's some of the important key things that you need to kind of have a look at. Okay, starting and ending, right? Okay, so the next one we'll look at the foot.